A commodity. Viewed as a product, a commercial commodity of value in the scheme of society. And we always sort of knew that really, as we are told to contribute, pay into the pot, don't be a burden to society. That's changed up a bit, with handout galore to the people running the show, and the gatecrashers. Not so much for the people who booked in advance, paid for the ticket, waited in line, and played the game as it was set. Initially though, the conditioning was clear. Be part of the system, or be excluded and left behind. Turns out it's a bit more complicated and sinister than that, but doesn't change the commodity part. And if you start to view yourself as they appear to, people are walking skills and talent and potential profits. Only for that, it would seem. And many are used along the way, for purpose, propaganda and profit, within all sorts of industries. But as soon as you are registered as a legal entity, I believe that is where it starts. You being given a number and essentially a barcode to follow you through life, keeping tabs on your contributions. Now it is levelling up a bit, with them wanting your full profit and loss essentially, with carbon credits and social credit scores, seemingly more like analysing the bottom line. How much are you bringing in? How much are you costing? Already discussed from a certain angle in What Are We Worth? And the overall monitoring system for it in the Ministry of Monitoring. It's all rather sinister, how it is, how it has been, and how they portray it is going to be. My article, The Mark of the Beast, also looked at the idea of us now being a product, put to a different service that we were originally conditioned for. But I missed the point that we were already tied in, already having a barcode placed upon us, that social security number linking you to taxes, earnings, benefits, and ultimately, the system. One that has been scanning us in a manual way for generations, using, analysing, and inputting our data to where it was needed. And now it is being computerised as with everything else. And it's now all about energy. They've spent years harvesting our time, money, talents, and experiences, with very little control over the input we have towards ourselves. Only limiting and restricting output, having gatekeepers to decide access, and levels to work through to get up there, or be considered successful. With the new systems that are being proposed, it sounds as if you will need to be monitored 24/7. While you sleep to make sure you don't waste energy. Once you wake, how many times you breathe for your CO2 monitor. How many times you blink so they know how many adverts they can expose you to without missing your attention. How many calories you will be allowed, and what those will be from. How much liquid you can consume, and all other aspects of your life. Who you meet, what you are allowed to say, where you are allowed to travel, if you are allowed to breed, and so on. There are quite invasive and sinister plans being discussed and proposed by corporations and institutions of a certain future they would like and work towards. Like a business having a remodel, getting rid of some of the old systems, some old staff that won't adapt or aren't what they want anymore, and bringing in new policies and changes. I can see where there might be confusion though, because for decades now many have just done as they were told and played the game as they were meant to, knowing no different and seeing no different. But now we do know different and can see there is a very dark and unyielding plan afoot. We must be wary and alert. It seems change is coming.